that amplitude will be more and remaining all will go to almost zero. So here I want something where gain should be dependent on the signal frequency. Then only I will be able to alter. I will drop the gain of frequencies I don't want, and I can amplify the gain of the things I want. So you give emphasis to the range which you want, initially near the zero, I have this Xc much larger than R. So almost entire drop will come across this. As frequency increases, Xc starts dropping up. So the voltage across this will also start dropping. That is what is I want. So just I will reverse the position
How capacitor is blocking it? How capacitor is blocking the high frequency?
What is the reactance of a capacitor?
Physically, how it is.
What is the resistance given by a capacitor to a signal of frequency f? 1/2 pi Fc. So if f is depending on f value, I will get this Xc. Reactance of a capacitor depends on frequency. It's 1/2 omega c. That is 1/2 pi Fc. So if my f is changing, you know that reactance will change accordingly.
Physically, it could mean how the charge is
How?
That is how it works. So that is reactance. No? That is the definition, very definition of reactance. Physically, what we said morning, reactance is frequency dependent resistance. So I know what is resistance. It is that resistance which depends on frequency. That is reactance. So I have here again -3 degree point, angle will be 45, this is stop band, stop pass, bandwidth here will go to infinity. It depends on how much frequency you have. Here you will start first with 90 degree and then go towards and this